The new data and analytics section is fire. It's fantastic. So if I hit data, you'll notice this screen is completely different. Rather than jumping you right into the player summary, it's showing you all of the different categories of information we have on your game. Now, I can tap my profile here at the top, and it will take me to my player summary, which is similar to what we just saw in the round summary, but now it's not filtered to that single round. I'm looking at my performance across whatever my filters are. I can quickly change to my last 5, my last 10, my last 20, and it'll change all the data, or I can jump into custom or the true filters, and I can really dial into like just looking at practice rounds or just looking at tournament rounds or whatever. I have full capability to adjust what is shown to me in this player summary, but this format very much follows the round summary we just talked about, where I can go through each one. There's some additional plots here that focus on trends and longer term performance. So for instance, the strokes gained variance plot is actually one of my favorites because it shows how my performance in each of these categories may change day to day and how different a good day is from a bad day. So the gray blocks show my volatility, right? Like my best day and my worst day kind of right there. Whereas the green sections, the dark green sections, show where my typical performance lies. So I can glance at this and say, okay, my driving is actually pretty tight. Most days it's in this little range here kind of at the top. My approach game is by far the widest and has the most variation. Even though I've had some bad days with the driver, for the most part it's stable. So if I glanced at this, I know that approach game on a day-to-day basis has quite a bit of varied performance, and overall it averages lower than the other sections. So I know that I need to work on approach and iron game if I want to get better and achieve the next level. The other 3 sections are at or close to my target reference of elite amateur. And keep diving down, I can see my trends. This is showing that approach section where I struggle, and showing from a trend perspective, yeah, I'm not quite going up where I want to. I want this graph to go up and to the right if I'm improving. I have work to do. My last 5 rounds look like I'm moving in the right direction. Again, it'll start walking through me the same thing we saw in the round summary, where it breaks down those 3.2 strokes into distance, direction, and mistakes. And overall, one thing you'll notice is now this is no longer directional control is my bigger problem, it's distance control. I tend to miss the green because of distance, and if I hit next, it's going to show me that's because I tend to miss short of the green. That means I'm either under clubbing or I'm not striking the ball perfect to get the distance I expect to, but that's something I want to pay attention to, and maybe I want to do some low point control drills or some impact drills to get that to hit the clubs the distance I expect to hit them. You can keep diving through that. I'll leave this, but that's your player summary. Very similar to what it was before, but an improved way to navigate it. You've got all your caddy suggestions and stuff there as well. I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this analytics view because this is brand new and I have had a lot of fun playing with this particular view. So you've got your game kind of broken into strokes gained, driving, approach, and I can click on any of these and it'll show me very quickly a summary of what data is available, from my strokes gained summary to my strokes gained variance, a lot of the stuff that you just saw, but broken out based on my recent filters. The cool thing is I can sit here and change those filters from last 20 to last 10 to last 5, and I can see how those numbers change, and I can see if I'm improving or not improving at a quick glance, so that I know whether I want to dive into that section and learn more, or whether I'm good and I just keep moving and searching the information that's here. Now, if I click on any of these, it takes me to a really cool look and view and summary. So it shows my summarized data there at the top, just like we've seen before, but at the bottom, it's got my round by round information that goes into that top. So I'm looking at my last 5 rounds, I've got my last 5 rounds on the bottom and how they add up to be my overall performance. Why that's useful is if I see minus 4.2 and I'm like, no way, that's true, there must be an outlier driving that, I can go quickly glance through those 5 rounds and say, nope, not really an outlier. I'm losing strokes and approach every single round that I play. But I can go look at my last 10 rounds, and similarly it'll go add those 10 rounds there at the bottom that you can scroll through. If, for whatever reason, you don't understand the data that you're looking at, a quick tap on that description will bring up some words that describe what you should be taking away from the data that you're looking at and what's most important in that view. So we'll flip back and I'll just kind of scroll through some of the data that's available. This is kind of the drill down that used to be there. But your strokes gained bars, for instance, this shows you how all of those things stack up to your overall time after time. You want to see these kind of getting smaller and moving up to the right. But yeah, I got my round by round for strokes gained bars. You can have a lot of fun clicking through all of this data and learning about your golf game. Strokes gained by club. You can see which club is your best or your worst. Cool thing is at this previous screen, it'll actually tell you my 56 degree is my best from a strokes gained perspective, my 3-wood is my worst, okay? I like the same thing, strokes gained by distance. Now this does the same thing, but it breaks it into distance buckets, which I tend to like looking at that a little better than looking at individual clubs, because the club you might hit would change dramatically depending on the day. But that's a cool way to go dive into that, to say, hey, where do I struggle from a distance perspective, and maybe I need to go work on some of these longer distances where I'm losing more strokes per shot. All right, that's a lot. There's a lot here. Let's keep going. If you go to driving, similarly, all those driving breakdowns, the distances, your fairway misses, it's all here. Tap on it, it'll show you your overall bias up there on the top, but it'll show you your round by round, how that adds up at the bottom. You can scroll through and kind of see all of that information. Driving mistakes. This is a key thing that you want to minimize if you're a higher handicap and really want to play better. Stop hitting yourself into bad situations. And this shows me that even with my driving, 20% of the time I'm hitting into trouble. That number's too high. I need to do a better job of getting my drives in play. And we can kind of glance through what that looks like so that I can work on that from a driving perspective. You can keep going. There's so much data here to explore, whether it's driving, whether it's approach. You can click around, you can easily change filters with just a quick tap, and you can see what all of your data is doing. If you want to see your round history, it's right here to tap as well. You've got traditional stats, you've got scoring stats, which includes your handicap trend. Your handicap trend has your actual handicap and your anti-cap. Your anti-cap is effectively looking at your worst 8 rounds instead of your best 8 rounds. But you want to basically get your worst and your best days closer together, right? And your best days down. This shows that data right there at a glance. So really cool stuff, really big update. All this information is also available if you go look at our demo account. So if you follow me in here, you'll be able to go look at my data directly. If you have friends in here, you'll be able to go look at their data in here. So really cool stuff for you to go figure out how to get better. We know more about your game than anyone else, and it's all right here with the tap from your phone. The new round summary is fire. Check it out.